Welcome to Backwater Casting. I'm your host, Rick Greene. Today we're on beautiful Spednick Lake with my guest, Shannon McKee, and it is late June, spawn is done, and we're fishing for smallmouth. Shannon's a bit new at smallmouth fishing, so he's got a lot of questions asked about bass and how to catch them.
We got this little 4-inch jackall minnow with a 1/2 ounce drop shot weight here. Rick tells me there's supposed to be fish here, so let's give it a whirl. So what is it you're looking for there on the fish finder, Rick?
Well, right now I'm just trying to get used to it because I haven't had it very long, but I'm looking, we've just come off a smooth bottom and we're into a bunch of rock right now underneath us. So, or just in front of us, I guess, about 20 feet in front of me is a bunch of rock. So there should be a big shelf here, so we'll be coming right up on that now.
This is a decent little smallie. No, he's a fighter though.
And the ice is broken.
Oh, no, that looks like a chub.
Is it a big chub? It is too, fall fish. Probably a fall fish.
Fall fish?
Yeah.
There we go, that's a surprise.
Yes, sir. Crazy smallmouth. I just thought for a second I had a glimpse of a second fish underneath them, but I'm not sure. Yeah. There's a start.
You get that on the tube, Rick?
Yeah, I got it on a melon orange tube. Yeah. That's probably the average of what I said we caught a couple of weeks ago. We were in about that size.
He looks a little shorter than some of them, but that one's pretty fat. Rick, with my lack of experience with these spinner baits and lack of success, do you have any tips on how I should reel this in?
The water's dropped a bit in temperature, but for me, I just burn them. I turn that as fast as I can turn that handle because it's just an immediate reaction strike. They have to instantly choose, hit it or not hit it. And sometimes it's anger, sometimes it's hunger. But yeah, you cannot reel that fast enough to take that away from a smallmouth that wants it.
So when that hits the water, do you let it drop for a few
No,
seconds?
I burn it.
Okay.
Now, I mean, if the water was deeper and I wanted to get it down some and start it, I would let it drop. But I mean, you only get 5 or 6 feet of water up in front of you there, so I just wing them along. So we've got one deep and one shallow, so we haven't got a pattern yet.
And one fall fish.
And one fall fish, yeah.
I would say this, I'm just guessing maybe 16.5, although he's starting to pull a little better now that he's getting closer to the boat.
Yeah, he doesn't want to come up, does he?
No.
No, that looks like a nice fish, Shannon.
Yeah, that's a decent one.
Yeah. You want a net?
Couldn't hurt.
I can get back here and do it. Yeah, he looked okay when he went by.
Oh yeah, he's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one right there. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a chunk. So one outside, one inside. Come on, follow.
Let me do the old fisherman trick, and I'll hold it closer to the camera.
There you go.
On a green and bright yellow tube here. Every year we come up here, we use the dark green and the yellow. It seems to do well in this lake with a yellow tip on the worm or the tube. That guy bit it really soft, Rick.
Yeah, that's what I found with that one I had. I didn't even know he was there till I went to move the tube.
Yeah, just like yours, yeah.
I'm so embarrassed to reel this in. It's so big. Oh my goodness, look at that.
Maybe we can get a dinker double hitter.
Holy smokes. He's hardly any longer than that bait is.
Oh, he's cute.
Yeah, it was a small fish last year that drove that hook right in my finger. There you go, bud. See ya. So it tells me they're in there, they're eating crayfish, they're not out here eating bait.
This guy's just a little dinker again.
Bigger than the one I got on. Oh, I don't have one on.
Slippery little suckers.
They're persistent though. He missed that and he came after it. This is not a big fish, but that's the importance of the trailer hook right there.
Did you get him on the trailer
That's
that one?
what I got him on the trailer hook. So
wow.
That's all.
It's nice to see that in action.
Yeah. So. I mean, he's small, but it could have just as easily been a 4-pounder, and I've had them on the trailer hook as well. Jackall re-range strikes again.
Here we go, yeah, on my Rick lure. It's a decent sized fish. Pretty fat.
I popped that tube off the bottom, he'd swirl on it, I'd pop it, he'd swirl on it.
Oh, that looks like a good fish.
So he followed the spinnerbait in, and then I saw him, and he turned away, and I threw the tube, and I popped it off the bottom, and he came after it 3 times and never got it, and then he swam away, and I threw it in front of him, and he just popped her.
There you go. That's a good one.
There you go. Thank you so much. And they're actually, you know, that's beyond post-spawn. He's got a good belly on him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're eating. He doesn't know he's small.
Nice little young'un.
I got a nice smallmouth. Come right off the side of that point going out. Big old dune spinnerbait. That's another good fish too.
Yeah, that's a good sized fish.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Trailer hook, again.
Again.
Yeah, they're short striking that and getting them on the trailer hook. Yeah, nice healthy fish, lots of meat on them. They're way past post spawn to have those bellies.
It's a fish, not a very big one. It's not a good sign when you can't tell if it's a grass or a fish.
That was a hit. No, he's up. There he goes. Right off of that big rock. The same thing. He swung at it and missed and come back and hit it again. Not very big. Was that a blinker? Yeah,
he's all right. He's all right.
He got it, come around and hooked him, and oh, he's loose again. I would say it probably had him in the side for a minute. Yeah, he bent that fishing rod over like a big boy.
Well, I'm kind of on my my light rod here.
Drop shot baits.
That's what you call a binker.
Binker.
This is one of those Jackall Re-Range 110s. I call it my Rick lure. I never knew anything about them until he mentioned them, and they seem to work real well. They cast as far as the eye can see.
Gonna retie my drop shot, and I was reeling that in, and he was already on it. You're no giant. Where's all the big girls today? Where are all the big girls? He's been caught before. Somebody else is fishing up here.
Oh, he's light colored, no stripes.
Yeah, pale, isn't he?
Yeah. So Rick, that last fish was pretty light colored. Do you have any idea why they changed color like that? That one didn't have too many stripes.
Well, he was probably, say he was on that rock, so we're right, you got 4 feet and you got 10 feet. We got a line just like that. So he was up on that sandy, bright spot, so he would be a little lighter than a fish that would say, well, he could be dark down on the bottom there or in weeds. They adapt to the coloration around them. So this is probably as simple as he was up on that sand. So he was right on the outside of that drop.
He was, yeah. You're right.
You can see the line going up where the water turns dark. Yeah, he looks all right.
Oh, he's a good size.
Yeah, he's a good fish. Oh, see, I ain't coming over there.
Hey.
What's wrong with that? Picture taking fish. Never happens if we don't have a picture. Right straight under the boat. Come on. Not a tough guy. I got a lot of bait on the screen right now. It's up high, but this guy was down underneath it. This again, look at how fat they are.
That's already amazing because there's nothing on the back transducer.
No, well, 21 feet away.
So Rick, when you're fishing the drop shot vertical only, how much movement do you put into it?
What I like to do is I use a heavier weight than a lot of people do, and I want that weight on the bottom, and I try and keep the line tight so this bait is floating about 14 inches above it. And I find that's a good height, because even if the fish are feeding bottom or looking up, it's right there in their face.
Do you just leave the weight on the bottom and jiggle the lure a little bit?
And I don't put a lot of motion into it unless I make a big cast, and I'm just kind of working it back to myself. But again, I'm just keeping the rod tip up and dragging that sinker along, so it's kind of ticking along, and that moves just because.
This is a fighter, but he doesn't look very big, but man, he hit it hard. Unlike earlier in the day, they were hitting it real soft. Oh, he's okay. Decent guy. Oh, he hit me by surprise. I was just kind of letting it sit there and not paying attention, and then bam, he just hit it real hard. Oh, that was a big jump.
So what happened right here is I looked ahead of the boat and he picked that right up. There's more going that way.
Ah, that's a fat one.
There's got to be big ones. Well, Shannon, it's that time of day we get to put you on the spot, so you get to tell folks a little bit about what you do for a living.
Well, I started in 2001. I came here as an air traffic control trainee, and that was a month before September 11th happened, and that was an eye-opener. Qualified in 02, worked as a controller till about 2015, and then for whatever reason, for interest or for scheduling issues, I switched over to the automation side of things, which I like to call a desk job for air traffic controllers. And now I decided I'm going to be going back in September, so I'll be going back to working planes again. But yeah, so for about 21 years I've been in the ATC industry, and I got to say it's been very good to me. It's a great career.
And up. Yeah, I continue to be impressed how fat they are, but I wish they weren't so deformed. I like it when their heads and tails are separated by a little more meat. That's pretty tight. Still scrappy and fun. Yes, sir. Well, I'm glad I spotted that one for you. Sent you in on him. Yeah, that was, he blew up on a little school of minnows or something in there. So.
Yes, yep. Oh, this is a good,
that's a good
you know what?
fish.
I need a net. I'm going to lose him.
Right. Not yet. Let's throw I'm coming back. I'll have to watch that net. You better check over that. Right under the boat. There we go. That was definitely probably the biggest one today.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a picture taking fish right there too.
It's a healthy looking fish.
That was a good one for being in shallow.
You know what? The little dinker right before him fought better. Maybe it's because this guy's so close. Oh, it's awesome. They're all awesome.
Some of them are just
He took me by surprise, just like the last one, though, which is the fun of it.
14-incher. Bad to the bone brown fish. Oh, poison gill's heavier than... Oh, that's a good one.
First double hitter.
We had the first double header of the day. Yes, it's much bigger.
Nice fish.
Yep.
That one I got on the Jackall re-range again, which is, you know what? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's been doing well since it's warmed up outside. I think I'm gonna stick with it for a while.
Come here, you. And up.
Oh, that's a good size one. You just get him in the middle out there?
I got him right straight across there, yeah. There.
All right.
Normally this would be a small guy, but today I'll take him.
Nice fish, Rick. I'm gonna have to get a few more of these, I think. But really, isn't that the way things go? You catch a few fish on a lure, you buy 10 of them. Find a new lure, catch a few fish, buy 10 more of those.
He was right there.
I'll take the assist on that one.
Yeah, you get one too. Yeah, you said he was in there. Yeah, not bad.
That one's pretty light. Look at under the chin on that one.
Yeah, he's been caught before, I would say. Got a bunch of crayfish bits in his throat. Quite a ways down in there, but that is
pretty
crayfish
light colored
bit.
too.
Yeah, he's bail, isn't he?
Yeah.
Right up with it, probably on one of those sandy spots in there.
This looks like a great spot in here. Lots of big rocks just under the surface.
Yeah, a long time ago when I was really young, my mom took me trout fishing. And that's what really got me started and started my passion for fishing. So where did you get yours from?
Well, the company I work for, every 5 years you work there, they give you an anniversary gift. So you get to pick out of a catalog, and it just happened to be a fishing rod. And never having fished before, but I was always interested, I got on the New Brunswick Fishing Forum website and hooked up with one of the older guys on there. He took me out fishing down at New Horton Lake, down by Fundy. We caught a whole ton of bass that day on everything, and then I bought a boat within, I think, a month. And been hooked, pun intended, ever since.
I went to that drop shot again, just kind of throwing it ahead of the boat and working it back.
Yep.
There you go, buddy. And you are coming up now. Oh, he says, no, I'm not.
Another healthy fat one.
Yeah. But that's what I said about better hookups on these little hooks. I mean, they just, you stick them and they just don't come off. Throw it that way as far as you can. I can see the rock edge right there.
Yep.
That'd be the spot.
After seeing Rick catch a few fish, I got to get my practice in.
Yeah. I like them better when there's a bit of wind, like wind blowing across that flat we just come off.
Yeah.
That'd be the ticket. I mean, it's fairly deep. I mean, these rocks are showing 8 feet down.
Yep.
Okay, up. That was on a blue fox.
First cast with it?
Yep.
Right in between that big group of rocks there again. A little bigger, but he seemed to run out of steam quick, this one. Nope. Oh yeah, he's much bigger.
Yeah, he wasn't expecting his lunch to come back and try and eat him.
That's a better size fish.
They're all eating good. No Weight Watchers in the bunch.
No.
2 pounds. He's a crankbait fish. Doesn't matter how many pounds he is.
It's a good size.
There he goes. Another chubby guy too. They eat very, very well in here.
About 8 feet offshore again. 4 feet of water or so.
Yeah, look at you fight. Yes, sir.
You got one, Rick?
Oh, you got one, yeah. Not very big. He was on the way out. I think the bigger fish would be on the outside, not these little guys.
Cute little guy.
He was out in the deeper side of this thing. Here you go, buddy. But he was along this edge right here somewhere. Probably right here under the boat.
Oh, he spit it out.
He's gone.
That was a decent one.
I would check those hook points later.
Yeah. Right now I'm just making sure there's nothing tangled up. I'm gonna check my line here. It's a little tiny bit frayed, but I think it's okay. I always check right here to make sure, because when it rubs up against the rocks, you don't want to lose your $25, $30 jerkbait. But this one, you can see the teeth marks in this one starting to get a little beat up.
That's a good sign.
That is a good sign.
They like it. That means they like it.
That means you got your money's worth.
I got another crankbait fish. He doesn't look as big as the last one, but he's still a fish, and we'll take them all. What we're doing here is we're running down the edge of this rock line, and the rocks, you see them right beside us, but on the, I've got like 6 to 10 feet right here. And Shannon's throwing up in the dark shadows and stuff in around those big boulders, and I'm just running the crankbait down the outside edge. And he's definitely catching more fish inside than I am out here, but you know, it's always good to do 2 different things in case you encounter a school in deeper water. And then you can both jump in on it and get them.
This guy looks feels a little bit better. A little better.
Yeah, not bad.
Right on the edge of all those rocks that you can see. It seems like they're hiding. Just where it gets deeper. Oh, here we go. Double hitter.
Double header, there we go.
This one might be a little better.
Yours is bigger.
Well,
yeah.
It's not bigger than much.
No, he's still bigger. Hey, buddy.
Third double hitter today?
Yeah, they've been few and far between, really. This might be my big one. He's jumping too. Must be something in the water up on this end. He was in the air there.
You need a net or you want me to stay out?
Yeah, I think he is, yeah. Yeah, he looks bigger in the water. Oh, he's off too. Look at that.
There you go.
Professional release, no fooling around. Yeah, I thought he was bigger than that. Yeah, I said that guy was like that one you had. As soon as I caught up to him, he went straight up in the air. It just takes a second sometimes. You might just be dragging it over a rock, and it just takes a split second to realize it's a fish, because you already got him anyway, all those hooks. But yeah, he went right up.
So I just cut this guy off. You can see all the there's lots of teeth marks in this brand new lure already because of all the fish we've caught on her today. But because of all the rubbing up against the rocks, the line was getting very frayed. So there's no point in taking a risk. It already fell off of me once today, so I'm just going to tie it new. This felt like a good one. I got him off the front of that big rock there, and he's pulling the drag out pretty good. I got her set up pretty tight.
There he is.
Won't rush this big guy like I did the last one.
That's a good fish right there, frick.
Hey.
I doubled the length of the handle for that one. I saw it coming.
It was worthy.
Yeah, there's the lunker of the day right there.
There's a good one.
Yeah, she's the big one right there.
Yeah. It's amazing how thick their lips get when they get this big, eh?
Yes, they're just thick and heavy.
All right, see if this guy's gonna splash me on the getaway. Well, that was a good one. You could see the lip was a lot bigger and much more adult fish. But I just finished sharpening the hooks because it seemed like the last few fish I got, especially the big ones, kept getting off, and maybe that was the trick. That one tried to stay on, and I also tried not to pressure the fish too much, as Rick said earlier. And the bigger fish seemed to, you got to take your time a little bit more to get them in. They got more weight to get off the hook and for something to fail, it seems. Would you agree with that, Rick?
Oh yeah, and the harder you pull, the harder he pulls back, and
exactly,
then they go airborne and wave at you on the way by.
Yeah.
They're always pretty to watch in the air. Well, Shannon, thank you so much for coming out with us today. That was fun. You kicked my butt most of the day from the back, but it was a great day. You got some nice fish.
Yeah.
Stressful this morning.
Well, it turned out to be a great day, and thanks so much for having me.
Oh, my pleasure.
It was much better than last time I ran into you on the water when you outfished me, I think 15 to 1.
Yes, we just traded.
It was a little bit closer this time, which was fun. It was a good day.
Yeah, well, we appreciate you coming out with us. It was a fun day out there in the water, and as always, we just love this lake. It's one of the most beautiful lakes in the province.
Well, it's really treacherous, but there's a reason why we keep coming back. There's tons and tons of fish in there.
It is the truth. Well, folks, we had a blast out here fishing today. Hope you enjoy the show. We had a lot of fun making it.